sitting here with Yogi Calhoun. Talk about like the hardest thing about being an independent artist in your eyes.
Hardest thing about being independent artist?
Before I ask that
hardest
question.
Thing about being an independent
Answer that question,
artist.
excuse me.
I would say the relationships. You know, you need relationships in order to get where you're trying to go.
Got you.
And them is you know, in order to have those, you gotta play the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you don't want to play the game, you feel me? It's like if you don't want to play the game, then you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna really want you to, you know what I'm saying, participate. You gotta go down a certain lane and behave a certain way, and you know, and I don't really be want to conform with that kind of shit. You know, you gotta take your feelings out of it. You know what I mean? If you're really trying to do business, you know, and being independent, you know, we competing with the Waynes and you competing with the Drakes. So our numbers don't really be the same as somebody that got a machine behind them. So I guess it just be the getting people that's in positions of power to acknowledge the dopeness and give it a shot. Right. You got to give it a shot. You feel me? Because there's no proven formula. If it was, it'll be everybody would be extra platinum. Yeah. So don't nobody really know. You have to just give it a shot. So I just felt like that's probably the hardest thing is that as an independent, you know, they got to grade us on the curve, and we need people that give us a shot. And every time I get a shot, it go in.
With that being said, who has been on your plight, on your road, on your journey, who has been most influential in your career or most helpful?
Most helpful? Most helpful, man. I would say, I don't know, I would say helpful, man. I would just say.
Or any particular rappers that have
helpful.
Put you on in other ways that, you feel me?
I've had a lot of good relationships along the way. You know, me starting off, I started off with my partner. We both started off like from the ground up. So we both wasn't, you know, really had no skin in the game.
What was your first rap name?
First, Yogi Calhoun.
Okay.
Yogi. Actually, it was Yogi. It wasn't Calhoun yet.
Okay.
I was already Yogi before I started rapping.
Okay.
So when I started rapping, I came out on the project and it was Yogi. And then I was like, you know, I'm an influential type of a nigga, so eventually somebody gonna bite me. So I said I need a last name too, so that way people could differentiate the two.
Gotcha.
So you know what I mean. So
so
that's where the Yogi Calhoun come in at.
Gotcha.
Is that I wanted to just make sure it was something that identified with my personality, and I wanted to be something that you'll remember. You know what I'm saying, if you heard it.
For surely.
So that's where that's where. So yeah, I've been Yogi to the first project. You know what I mean, and yeah. But as far as like influential, like I said, I had relationships along the way, you know what I'm saying? So initially it was me by myself starting my own brand, 712 Records, putting out my own projects. From there, I met Pretty Black. He was introduced to me by one of my partners.
Rest in peace to Pretty Black.
Yeah, my nigga Just, you know what I mean? Shout out Just. He came and brought Pretty Black to me. He like, you need to fuck with Yogi. You feel me? He the only nigga in the mob that's rapping.
Wow.
Me, Yogi. And then I met Black. We tapped in, we started working on the project, we put that project out. That project landed in the hands of a dude that had a bigger record label, had a bigger bag, had more experience, more influence, and he had a relationship with BA from 3 Times Crazy.
Got you.
And BA had a relationship with the mob figures.
Got you.
And personalities just clicked. So Black ended up clicking with Huss real hard. I clicked with Jack real hard.
Right.
But we all, you know what I mean?
Y'all was mobbing.
We all mobbing.
I remember them signs.
Yeah, so we brought Jack to Oakland and had that vibe going on. Right, like, damn, Jack got killed in Oakland. You know what I mean? But, you know, that was like the beginning of that, of him coming to Oakland, being around Oakland niggas and all of that. So we had that going on. So that was like that was like around that time. So, and then after that, Yuck came into the picture.
Right.
With Black, because he embraced Black with the regime thing.
Right.
I was already, you know what I'm saying, I already came and gone from the regime with my uncle Big Key and Lil Key.
Off top.
You know, feel me? So I was already came and went and started my own company, and then Black got embraced by Yuck, so that happened. And then after that, you know what I mean, I went to Texas. You feel me? I had tragedy happen in my life.
Gotcha.
My brother passed away. You feel me? I had to go to Texas to go handle up.
My condolences.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. R.I.P. JB. And I went to Texas. And while I'm out there, I'm rapping already. You know what I mean? I had just did a Demolition Man mixtape in the Bay.
Man.
Stalin was getting his run.
Right.
And we all met back then. You know what I mean? So by that time, all the rappers, if they ever met me, they met me with Jack and them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me and Black. So they always met us around that time.
Right.
So niggas knew my face in the street, but they didn't look at me as a rapper. So when they was around, then they're like, oh, okay, bro must rap. So eventually everybody figured out that one nigga, that's Yogi Calhoun.
Right.
And then I go to Texas, get out there, working on music, get a song popping in the club, get a song popping on the radio. I'm like, shit, it's lit out here. You feel me? And I stayed out there getting my money doing the college scene and doing mixtapes out there. And that's when the iTunes come into play. Because the college kids was like, how we get your music? You know what I mean? Because I had one song called Gucci Backpack.
Okay.
I was doing numbers out there, and I'm like lit. And I'm calling home like, Jack, I'm lit out here. He like, yeah, just stay out there, bro. You feel me? We need the mob out there anyway.
Right.
So from there, I come back to the Bay. I caught a case out there at one of my shows. I ended up coming back to the Bay. Or I was coming back anyway to the Bay in March. And then Jack got killed in February.
Damn.
So when Jack got killed, I'm like, damn. So I come back for the funeral early and just stay. You know what I mean? And I worked on a project called Born Alone, Die Alone. Literally left the funeral. PK introduced me to DJ Chow at the funeral because we had been wanting to meet. And we met at the funeral and literally left the funeral and went to the studio and finished up Born Alone, Die Alone, which is an album and a movie that I had slotted to put out with the Artist Records with Jack. And then shit from there kind of left me in a spot like, damn, now what?
Right.
Because Jack was the one, you feel me, gonna put his hands on that. And then, and mind you, I've been independent the whole time, but when a nigga like Jack want to fuck with you, you know what I mean? I took that, like, yeah, let's do it. And from there, kind of was in a spot like, damn, what I'm gonna do now?
Right.
And then, you know, we mobbing, so I had a relationship with Lee Majors, and Lee was like, yo, come fuck with us, well, you know, with the regime shit. You know what I mean? So Lee buzzed me in over there, which I had a relationship because my artist, Pretty Black, was over there too. So it was already like a layup. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. So we did that, you know what I'm saying? And that had its run. And then after that got done, I met X-Rated. You feel me? Through X-Rated came home from the pen, was in the halfway house in Oakland. I got family that was in there, you know what I mean? And they linked us up, you feel me? And so I met X before he even came home on the streets for real.
Wow.
And then from there, we end up doing music, going on tours.
He be on tour too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
my shit just been blessed, you feel me? Like I just was happen to meet all these rappers along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's reputable people. I didn't really do too much to go out my way to go meet nobody. You know what I mean? Just me grinding and doing my thing. I just ended up running into all these people. You know what I'm saying? And so with the X thing, that was just dope. You know what I mean? Because we was already not really. I knew who X was. You know what I mean? We all familiar in Northern California. We know who X-Rated is. Right. So, but I wasn't really like just on the music hella tough like that. You know what you mean? Yeah. But it was a respect there for sure.
Definitely.
And him and my cousin, you know what I mean? They, like I said, they met while he was in the halfway house. And then, you know, X reached out to T Nutty. And T Nutty spoke good on me. Definitely. Because we had history from like
T Nutty
hella years. Right. From meeting him in California. Right. To seeing him in Texas while I'm out there doing my Dougie. Some Crip niggas booked him to come out there. Show was really bunked for real. And I go over like, bro, whoop, whoop. He's like, yo, what's happening? I'm like, we gotta come across the street. We're lit over here. We kick it. I'm like, when I get back to the Bay, I'm gonna tap in. Yeah. End up coming back and try to tap in, do some business. It didn't really work out. But as fate would have it, Yuck ended up putting me on a song called High Side and Slide, and then he threw T Nutty on the end of it. So wow, it just worked out.
It just happened to be. Right.
Song go crazy.
Meant to be.
Yeah, song go crazy. Video go crazy. People know my verse word for word.
Off top.
And then, like I said, then when that ran its course, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. We had irreconcilable. How you say it? Irreconcilable differences.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we wasn't seeing eye to eye on some shit. Okay. So, you know what I mean? I just moved, I moved on. So went from doing the regime thing and I met my boy X-Rated. So when he come on from the pen, we meet, start going on when he had like little.
I remember that.
When he come
like,
over
what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, what's called is I seen it on like Instagram like everybody else. Rapper X-Rated did 26 years coming home from the penitentiary because he had got sentenced to life. Yeah. But some laws got changed through the governors and what have you, and he came home, and I was like, that's dope. So when Cuz reached out to me like, hey, bro, X want to meet you. And I'm like, all right, bet. So, you know what I mean? I go down there and meet him, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a good feeling. He came out, you know, he got in the Benz, and like energy was in the car. And he was just like, bro, I've been checking out your music, and I think you dope. You feel me? Who you signed to? I'm like, I ain't signed to nobody. Like, I do my own thing. You feel me? I'm independent. I'm on 712. And then he like, well, we gonna sign something. Let's figure it out. And then from there, we start recording. We did a song called Fool's Gold.
Okay.
We recorded that song at like the Marriott over there on Broadway. You feel me? He had
In the town. Got you.
You feel me? X had some people come from San Jose. You feel me? They came set up a whole studio in a hotel room.
They be having, bro. I know a couple people that did some albums in that same.
For real?
I swear to God, blood. I know a couple people that had laid some albums up out of that out of that Marriott.
One thing I knew is that as an independent, you feel me? Like I'm like, I'm out here on the streets doing what I do. I know how hard it is for me. And I'm like, he been down 26 years and he been putting out projects from the pen. So I'm like, he got a team. That's the only thing that's another thing as the independent that we need. That's the hard part. Is you need a team. When you with a major label, they got a studio, they got a big ass building, right?
Right.
That building is not full of studios.
Nah.
That building is full of offices. A team. People putting getting your music and your art where it need to go.
Right.
And as an independent, we lack that. So we gotta figure out other ways to get it done.
Right.
So me and X basically recorded that song. He put it on his album. And it was one of the standout songs on the album. So we went on tour, and then we went on another tour, and so we've been keeping it lit. And ever since then, he over at Strange Music now.